Hi, I'm Tiffany Odell. I'm from Western Kentucky. I'm a wife and a homeschool mom of two. We have been homeschooling for many, many years, and there are all kinds of ways to homeschool. You can go the traditional route, you can do untraditional, and so today is about a very untraditional way. It's traditional to a lot of people because that's what they do. I know some people that do it, and I've even tried it. So it's unschooling. What the heck is unschooling? Unschooling means that you let your child learn what they want, when they want, in the way they want, and for their own reasons. Unschooling takes, in my opinion, a lot more parent involvement because you have to make sure, figure out what they're interested in. You may even have to help your child figure out what it is they're interested in and what they want to learn. And for me, it was about making sure the kids were still learning what they had to learn. Because even if you choose to go the unschooling route, you do have to follow your state's guidelines. So an unschooler's day is whatever the student wants it to be. The choice resides with the learner. Unschooling is 100% child-led learning. I've talked about child-led learning before, but this is child-led learning on steroids. Like, it is 100% child-led learning. So, in order to successfully unschool, you need the faith in your children that they are naturally curious and will follow their interest in their own way. And what I mean by that is, so like I said, if you're unschooling, you let your child choose when and where and how they're going to learn. You don't have a structure, you don't have a curriculum. If they want to wake up at 9 o'clock and play video games, then that's what an unschooling child does. That's just how it is. You do learn from video games, I'm not saying you don't, but for me, we need it more structure than that because I don't let my kids play video games at 8 o'clock in the morning, and unschooling allows them to play video games all day long if they want to. The families, I know several unschooling families, and one of them does not do video games at all. One family does, and she's 100% a true unschooler, and they are allowed to play video games till their heart's content. So, unschooling is being free from the controls of traditional education, and what that means is in unschooling there are no tests, there are no quizzes, there are no worksheets. There are books because that's how you learn usually, but as far as test and worksheet go, it's not there because if you're unschooling, then you can't be giving your child a test. It's about what they want to learn. I guess you could maybe like give them ask them to tell you about it, and that's a lot of what unschooling is asking your child, like, okay, what did you if they're interested in horses, well, what did you learn about horses? What's your favorite horse breed? Things like that. So unschoolers learn as needed for their passions. So like I said, if they're interested in horses or space, then that's what they're going to be learning about. If they're interested excuse me, if they're interested in coding, then that's what they're going to be learning about. If they're interested in physics, then that's what they're learning about. If they're interested in learning how to play Fortnite, that's what they're going to be learning. So unschooling is absolutely 100% following your child's interests and passions. True unschooling doesn't have subjects, so you can't say, okay, now it's time for spelling, or what did you learn in spelling today? What did you learn in English today? There are no subjects. And unschooling changes as your child changes. So if unschooling is something you're interested in, you have to be prepared for your what you thought the school year was going to go like to completely change, because one month they may want space and the next month they want plants. The next month they may be interested in, the Revolutionary War, and the next month they might be interested in the Civil War. So you have to be prepared to change and help your child find the resources to learn whenever their interest changes. And kind of an example, the way to look at unschooling is when your child was 4, that's similar to unschooling, because look at what your child had learned up into that age. Like, you didn't give them a book to teach them how to walk or to teach them how to use the bathroom or whatever it is. They learn through doing and through following what they wanted to learn to do, and so that's kind of what unschooling is. So there are some advantages. Unschoolers are learning to think critically, do research, and they're figuring themselves out. So they're figuring out what they like, what they don't like. They're learning how to use the internet. They're learning to read the books, how to look stuff up in the books, how to go to the library to figure out how to find out what it is. And unschooling is definitely not for everyone. It was not for us. We tried it for 2 weeks, maybe a week or two. I'm not even sure. I found that it stressed me out. Like, I was constantly worried, like, he's playing video games and that's all he's going to do all day, or all she's doing is drawing all day, which drawing's good, it really is good, but I'm like, where's the math, where's the history, where's the science? I got state requirements I got to meet, like what the heck. So for us, it wasn't feasible. You do still have to document it for your records, and so that takes a little bit of more time. What we do is we do traditional homeschool. We have a curriculum that we follow. We follow a curriculum, but each and every day, 7 days a week, there is time allowed in there for the child-led learning, which is what unschooling is child-led learning, but we don't unschool because I can't follow that. So you can have a mix of traditional and unschooling. And so we follow our traditional curriculum, and that has to get done that day. And then either before or after that, they get to do their child-led learning stuff. So if they're after coding or horses or space or plants, my son's biology, like marine animals, then that's what they do on top of their traditional curriculum. And that's, I encourage you to, if you like unschooling, do unschooling. But if you're like, nope, can't do it, there's not enough structure, then do a little bit of traditional and the unschooling. That way you're getting child-led learning. Child-led learning is so important. Your children are going to remember and retain more through the child-led learning, and they are still learning. They're reading, they're researching, they might be writing, drawing. They're still learning. So there are advantages to unschooling, more than what I just listed, and I have the top 4 reasons why some families choose to unschool. If you would like those reasons, or if you're curious to know more about unschooling, send me a message and I'd be happy to share that with you. I hope you have a good Tuesday. Bye.